Hi friends, welcome back to Yoga Born YouTube. And this is moved through May. We're on day 20, I believe. So approaching the end of May. And if you have been joining us, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. If not, you might want to skip yourself back to day 1, the 1st of May, just for a little introduction. And today we are working on the asana, Bharmanasana. So this is our tabletop position. Rama is table or structure, and asana is our seat, but our shape. So before we go anywhere, let's take a comfortable seat. Mine is Sukhasana, yours could be something else. Just relax the hands, drop the shoulders from the ears, chin parallel to the earth. Take a nice deep breath, drop into the body, and arrive. Just notice how the body feels. Notice the rise and fall of the breath. And let's blink the eyes. So tabletop is perhaps one that, we don't really think too much about. It's relatively common. It's definitely something that I teach in my classes. And it's often a kind of transitional piece, let's say. So from tabletop, we can go into downward facing dog. We could go back into child's pose, Balasana. We could come forwards into puppy or Hatha Asana. We could go into balancing tabletop, cat-cow, explorative movements. There's loads of different places we can go. One thing that I've always kind of thought and try and put across in teaching is coming from this place of getting the foundations right for you so that we are strong, we are grounded, we're steady, and then we move from that place. So a way that we can come into tabletop from seated is to roll over the knees, separate the knees out. If that's not one that works for you, then sweep the feet to the side and find your way there. If the knees are quite sensitive, your mat is quite thin, or maybe you're just practicing at home on a different kind of surface, then maybe get a towel or a blanket, pop that out, and you can pop the knees onto that. And without too much instruction just for now, find yourself onto your hands and knees and just see what feels right for you there. And then we'll kind of break it down into a few little pointers. So take a couple of breaths. And we're spreading the fingers, so that's where that grounded action is coming from. My shoulders come a little bit behind my wrists. Some people will say shoulders directly over the wrists. You decide. Again, it could be hips over knees, or it could be that the knees are a little bit behind. And naturally, our belly button might drift towards the ground a little bit. So that gives us a dip in the low spine. If you're free to glance at the screen now, you'll see that happening with me. If I push the earth away and strengthen up, I don't go all the way into cat, but I come to this halfway position where my spine is nice and long, the shoulders are drawn away from the ears, the crown of the head is drawing forwards. So I often say to people in practice that cat-cow, which we'll explore on another day in May, is really a three-parter because it's got that neutral spine in the middle. So this should feel strong, it should feel steady. The inner elbows are turned forwards, the tops of the feet are pressing down. And like I said, from here, we could go back into our child's pose. We could lift up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog. We might come into balancing tabletop, and here it's important to activate through that low back and core. So there's loads of different kind of spaces and places we go to from there. Let's drop back into a kneeling position. We'll sweep the feet around and come back into Sukhasana. And we'll just roll through the wrists a little bit. So when we're actively pushing away, we might feel that there is some sensation in the wrists, or in classes where we are practicing downward facing dog or plank, so maybe vinyasa. Just interlace the fingers, little kind of Mexican wave. And then drop the hands down, soften the shoulders, maybe close the eyes, and we'll just close the practice out with a few deep breaths. So this isn't about what is right and wrong. That doesn't exist, in this yoga space. Wrong perhaps could be pain involved, and we definitely don't want that. But what is what is right for your body, and that's going to be different for everybody. But maybe next time you're practicing tabletop in class as a single asana or coming through that in a transition, you just remember some of those points, feel it out, see what works. So if you have enjoyed this video, give us that thumbs up, pop a comment, ask us a question, we'll do our best to answer them. And it would be amazing if you could hit that subscribe button. So this is a not-for-profit part of the business. It's just a huge passion project of mine. I want to be able to share accessible and inclusive yoga all over the world as far as we can. And what really helps is you hitting that subscribe button and liking our recordings. We will be back for more Move Through May tomorrow. Take really good care of yourself. Bye for now.